people, welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today I am back to talk to you about the Luna Terra token. So Luna has been pumping in the past 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks. In fact, it made it to a new all-time high, thereby breaking the previous price where it stopped before reversing at $103, and this time around it was able to hit $118, almost to $119, which is a good thing if you bought Luna earlier. But the question is, something is brewing up on Luna this week, because we see this new fresh candle changing quite a lot, and this could cause a serious change on Luna. If you don't know what Luna is, and this is your first time of hearing about Luna, you see, Luna sets itself apart from other fiat-pegged stable coins, stating that it combines the borderless benefits of cryptocurrencies with the day-to-day price stability of fiat currencies. Thereby, it keeps it one-to-one pegged through an algorithm that automatically adjusts stablecoin supply based on its demand. You see, it does so by incentivizing the Luna holders to swap their Luna and stablecoins at a very profitable exchange rate. As needed, it either expands or contracts the stablecoin supply, right, based on the demand. With this being known, we're going to go further, not just breaking down the price. Remember, this is going to be a multiple time frame analysis, so we're going to look at the prices on the monthly chart, the weekly chart, the daily chart, and as well as the 4 hours, to make good sense of it using simple price action analysis. So this is going to benefit you whether you are an intraday trader, whether you are a swing trader, or a long-term investor. So if you don't know, Luna is a programmable money for the internet, and the statistics currently on Luna is quite easy to understand, as the price is trading at $93.94, of which it has seen a downside of about 8.77 downside, right? In fact, let me just say 8.27% to the downside. The circulatory supply currently on Luna is around 354.811756 Luna tokens. And one thing about the total supply, the current total supply, according to CoinMarketCap, the current total supply is about let me scroll down, is about 1 billion tokens, and they say that if this number is exceeded, the Luna token is burned until it returns to equilibrium supply level. So that's what Luna is used for. If you want to know more about Luna, you can visit terra.money, right? So right now, let's look at the price. The price is currently still not looking good since the pullback started from this range, right? So these two candles seems like a threat, but I don't want us to jump into it. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the Bitcoin Gorilla box. So first of all, I'll try to get a skeleton of what the price has been doing since all this while, using the entire history that we have available on Luna. So I'm going to get the most important price levels. That's what I'm mapping out with these lines on Luna. So now that I've gotten that, I'm going to go ahead and bring the Bitcoin Gorilla box. This entire drawing that I'm doing is taking place on the weekly chart. We're going to use the same drawing to make sense of what is going on other time frames. So I'm going to go ahead and get the support. I'm drawing the chart. Do not worry if you don't understand. I'm going to explain each stage for you. This chart is developed based on simple price action, so it's easy to understand. And if you want to learn more about how to draw and trade this strategy, you can come and join and trade live with me on Makaveli Traders. Currently, I'm not taking access. I'm not taking members. The access is closed. It's only open 3 times a year. February, May, and February, May, and October. That's when the house is open for new students to come in and new members to come and join me and trade live this particular same box strategy. So this is what the box looks like. I've made some drawings. Now I want to see if I can get any channel or something. Just trying to see what is possible with trend lines. So the trend line, I need a minimum of 2 touches, right? So this is the box. I've drawn it. Now we're going to interpret what we're seeing on this box right now. So here's the thing. I'm going to start the analysis by going to the monthly chart, and we will start the analysis by just observing simple price movement, which is the candlestick. So I'm going to take away the whole entire drawing that I just did, and we're going to try to first of all make sense of the simple candles. After making sense of the candles on the monthly, we want whatever we're seeing on the monthly that we made sense of to help us understand the lower time frame. So they say the king is always at the top. The monthly chart is the king, right? That is where the whales are. That is where the top investors are. Those who buy in bulk. They don't buy to sell the next day. They don't buy to sell the next month. Most of them buy and hold for a year or 2. Those people who are trading on the monthly chart, you can see the chart is very bullish. But let's understand it. So if I look closely here, let me zoom in. So we're going to interpret the candle one after the other. Now we had a sideways movement. A sideways movement, of course, is a triangle because it lasted more than 6 months, from January 2021 all the way to what, August 2021. That's above 6 months, which is a triangle, right? So what we see here is a sideways market that broke to the upside. But like I said, it's candle I want to interpret, not the lines. But that is giving me a clue that there was a sideways market. That sideways market was broken by a 3-bar reversal. So this 3-bar reversal is a very bullish sign, right? So you can see the 3-bar reversal, which is a strong bullish sign. Confirming it is the breakout of the next candle that followed the 3-bar reversal, which is this particular big grown as body, right? So if I come right here, the first pullback after they broke out. Now I like their move, the move they made. They made like over close to 6 candles, close to 6 months of upward move since the 3-bar reversal, which is very strong and something to take note of. Now their first pullback, remember, first pullback had a rejection, right, of the pullback, because yes, they had a pullback, but look at this, yet another 2-bar reversal, because this is a bullish engulfing, completely bullish engulfing. So their pullback was instantly rejected by oh my god, this dog is outside. So their pullback is instantly rejected by this bullish engulfing, right? Their pullback is instantly rejected by this bullish engulfing. So if I go further, I need to get this dog in. So if I go further, I see that we had a breakout. The breakout around above last high, right? The breakout above last high, and this breakout, is it a fake out? Because if this candle is coming right back to confirm this breakout, this candle that broke above this high, this second red candle currently must not close below the breakout point. It will reject the entire thing. So monthly is very bullish. Why is monthly is very bullish is because of this 2-bar reversal, which is bullish engulfing, followed by a confirmation candle that broke above the both of them. So that is quite good, but obviously this new April is supposed to be bullish, but so far it opened bullish. It pushed all the way to the price I said around $18 or between $118 and $119. When it get there, it pulled back, and you can see that is where we are still are now. So that is what the monthly story looks like on simple candlesticks. Right now we're going to try now make sense of the chart using the Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy. So this is the box. I brought it back. So what I'm seeing on this box is this is my support of the bigger box. This is the bigger box. So when I talk about the big box, I'm talking about this length, everything that happened within this length, right? So you can see the entire price is trading within this range, right? So this is the important resistance of that box, right? This range. So having that note, I also have yet another box. So it's 2 boxes, right? And the second box is this range, and that second box is going to be representing the daily chart box. So that second box is also having a resistance area and a support area, so take note of that. So with that being understood, we're going to try to bring back the trend lines. I am first of all going to talk about the trend line, then I'll go back to the box, because okay, let me not talk about the trend line first. Let me talk about the box, then I'll use the trend line to give you a confirmation of what the box just said. So what we see is a clear rejection based on the box, because the box says this: if you break above this point and enter the bigger box, to continue the move to the upside, you must stay, the bulls, let me not say you, let me say the bulls must, or the buyers must stay above this range. At worst case scenario, they pierce down and come back, but the closing of the candle must be above this range. If not, is a threat. What is that threat? Chances are high they are going to dive all the way down to this point. But before we even talk about that diving all the way down, let me get my control line, because I see my control line is missing on this chart. So I'm going to bring and find my control line, that point where there's so much interaction between buyers and sellers on the entire chart. It's very delicate line. I'm going to use sky blue to represent that line. So I see that why the line is important is as they go back and forth is the point where they meet during their back and forth. So I see this point, I see this point, I see this point, and I see this point. So it's very important because they have gone above, and since their return there was so much meeting point, and then they are going back up. So it's a very important line, like I said. Now according to this chart, according to the box, if they will make it in, once they get below this point where they are at $94, they still have a chance to pull back up. So that, remember, this week has 2 days to the closing, and within these 2 days they still have a chance to pull up, but currently is a threat to this breakout. And my box, if I am to respect what it's saying now, is threatening this chart that chances are high we're going to return here. I know it's not something you want to hear, but it's not going to be that like a straight down move. Here's what is going to happen. So where they are now is a previous resistance. So I'm going to tell you the chances where they are going to have a bounce, an opportunity to reverse this fate, because this is the fate that the box is planning and is singing, which is around the price of $43. So I don't know, but before that, I think there are other points where the box is also telling me to take very note of, which is the control line. So the chances are high that they will not fall easily down on their first push. So there's chances that they will hit the control line and get a strong reaction. So here's what I see them playing out, they will find a way to get down, so more push down is going to happen, leading them to enter this box, right? So they will try to hold this box, so a sort of sideways movement, like something that went on here, is going to occur while they are within the previous resistance, now turn support. But here's the thing, I don't see them surviving it because of this pressure. So if this market, this current coin, this current 2 days left, closes below $94, is going to be a threat to the bulls. In fact, if it closes anywhere $94 down, it's going to be a threat because it's a complete rejection of the breakout that they did above these 2 points, right? So it's like you broke out and you got rejected. So this will force a down move. So next week could be another down move for the coin, right? So next week could be another down move, a little more push down. This will try to bring them all the way to around that $80 range. So this $80 range is going to go sideways. We could see sideways, but I do see them trying again to go back up and getting rejected around maybe they could get rejected around, they could still make it all the way to that $80 $100 or $99 or so. They could still make it up there. They could get rejected, or if they don't make it, why I say they could still make it, that is if right now they stop where they are, the next candle is going to open and push up. So that's how they will make it up. So if the candle will open and push up before it even try to go back more down, but at the end of the day they will still go down. So if they go down and the next candle, this is weekly chart I'm trying to interpret, and the next candle open is going to try to go back up. Now this next candle that open could get rejected easily. The upper week could get rejected easily, like 94k, 92k. That range is going to likely reject it. Then we're going to have another sideways. Like I said, if the sideways break down further, they will make their way to this control line. So around this control line, or between that control line side, the chances are high they get to their first opportunity to bounce around $80, $78. That's what I said. And when it comes down, if they fail, like this is what is going to happen, they will actually bounce, and if they pour their way down, they will find their way around $60 to $62. That range is very important because that is our control line, which will likely force them to make their way back up. Now before then, I would have come to update this chart. This chart is just what will happen between now and May, and this is likely what I see coming on the weekly chart. But further, let's not just jump into it. I'm going to try to draw the trend line to make sense of the trend line and see what the trend line has to say about it. So that is what the box is saying. Remember, this is not a financial advice. Do your research and make sure that you consult your financial advisor before taking any decision. So this is just me sharing my opinion with you using my strategy called the Bitcoin Gorilla Box strategy. You can always come back and watch this video and I'll allow you to play, because it's going to play throughout the month of April and May. So as you can see, this is the trend lines. I've brought in the buyers and the sellers trend line, of which we have amazing touches on both sides. 2 touches. So this is the sellers 2 touch and this is the buyers 2 touch. So there's a little bit of cooperation along the way. So I see 2 pairs playing the team here, and they're quite doing beautiful. So I'm going to find the control line just like I did for my box, right? It's going to help me make sense of what is going on. And just like the box, I'm looking for the point where there's a lot of interaction, right? So here's the thing that I see based on this box is that right now hold on, I'll soon be done. So you can see I like these reactions that I'm seeing here on the control line. So obviously they are going to return to that 88 to $80 range, still inside my box. And we see that once they get inside my box, once they get, god, my dog, once they get inside my, I will soon be done, I'll let her in. Once they get inside the box, they will be able to make their way down. So I do see them threatening this line, so they could sit on it and then try the way up. But I do, if they get rejected, like I said, they will return and they will break the control line. So this time around they are trying to head again, and there's no coincidence. Did you see that the blue line and the trend line is in a very important range? So like I told you, they will make their way to control line around that $62 to $60 before they even get a serious bounce that will return them to this control line, other control line, the channel control line around $98 to $100 range, right? Before, if they fail, by then I would have come to update you on the chart. So I'm going to go further now and try to make sense of the chart of the box on daily chart. So this move down is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. So Luna, right now you still have time to get out while you still can, because they will still get a bounce. So even if you are stuck with not taking profit, they will still get a bounce that will take them all to that $108 or so before they now make the way down. But if they are not careful, like I said, they could get rejected around $103 all the way to, in fact, if they make it above $103, they tried, because now the sell-off will be strong. So this is where they are heading. Their first reading bust up around $78, like I said, which is the bottom of my box. This will enable them make another trial. Now they could get rejected, so this could create a seller line, right? They could get rejected once they make that move. They could get rejected around that $94. Like I said, they will push them this time around. They will make their way to that $62. So that's what the daily chart is saying. So again, if I try to connect the line, the dot, you can see it's easy for us to get a bias line connecting with the daily chart all the way from here, all we need to do is draw, and you can see that we have one touch here, we have another touch here, we have three touch. So a fourth touch is coming, and again is lining, is still pointing to that very important price range, which is around $61 to $62 range, right? Very important range. It's going to get to that range. So a lot of down move is coming to Luna. So Luna could get further down because the main target is here. Why? Because of that is, so this they could get here and bounce, and they will now get a higher bounce, a big bounce that will take them to that $98 to $103, like I said, before they could get rejected and they will pull all the way down. But this time around, when they return, they will make their way down to this point. They will get to that $50 to $48 range. Do get prepared, because the reason is that is the bottom of my second box, which is a very strong trade. Now if they are not careful, if they push them, because they could get there and they will make a sideways market like this. So here is what you're going to expect a sideways market here, expect a sideways market here. So a sideways market between that $83 to $82 range and to $78 range. That's how they will try to gain a support and then make it bounce. After they make it bounce, they will get rejected and then they will return. Now when they get to my control price, which is around $62 all the way to $60 or $58, was they will make that again, that repetition of a move before they will try to bounce and they'll move. That's how they move. But when they get back here, this by then I would have come to update this video. So that is what I see on the daily chart. But let's look at the 4 hours chart for the sake of those who are intraday traders. So what is 4 hours telling us? Well, the past few 4 hours candles has not been good. So let's zoom in. So what I'm going to do this now is, did you see that? Did you see how they tried to stay at the above? So what we're saying is, if I draw the bias line that the 4 hours has been respecting. You see they've broken the bias line. So let's try to see if we can get the bias line. So the bias line that they were respecting was something around here, right? So they were respecting this clear bias line, and obviously they touched 1 here, 2 here, they made it 3 here, and they just literally just broke. They just literally what? They just broke it right here. So we could have that move that will return, like I said. So either 4 hours is saying 192. We could have either they return around here, or they will make a move and then they will drop again before they return. So when they return, they will make their move all the way to either 105, in fact 108, 109. That's what the bias line seems to look like before they will make further dive to that my line of $62. So the most important thing is that right now they have broken the 4 hours bias line. The 4 hours bias line is the reason why they are falling so easily, because they have broken it. So the retest they are trying to seek is this $62, which is very important to them. And once they seek it, then they could further push up more, because the monthly, remember, on a higher time frame is still saying that this chart is bullish. So do not ignore the fact that these buyers are going to seek support. It's just that it could be half the price where it is right now, maybe around $62 or $48 range. So you be prepared for it, and I wish you happy trading. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. If you end up liking this strategy and you want to learn more, you want to subscribe, do subscribe, click the notification bell, share the video with family, and then you can join me and trade live. I share my trades. I'm a high leverage trader. I share my trade, and I have trading laws that help me trade this box successfully. So if you come in, you'll be taught the box strategy, and I also teach you the laws, and then you get to trade with me for a lifetime. I'm like a mentor. I share my trade. The days I trade, you know. The days I don't trade, you don't know. You know, because this market is not every day you can trade. So the market has its days, fair days of getting a good opportunity. I am interested in trading good opportunity, not just anyhow trade. So I share my trade live, and you get to take the trade, and we all win together for the rest of my life. It's a one-time payment for a lifetime access. If you're interested, I'm building a family of traders that grow as I grow. We grow together, so it's a family. If you're interested in joining and trading with me, please, you can click the link under this video. Any other link or any other direction you're hearing in the comment section, I will not tell you to go and meet anybody, to trade with anybody that they've made one Bitcoin to. In fact, I don't call signals. In Makaveli traders, I do not give signals. So when you come in, you have to work hard on your own. You are there to grow. You're not there for me to feed you like agric, or like you don't. You're there to grow, and everybody is individual. Everybody is growing. I will stand as a mentor to help you get better and provide you with the necessary resources to grow as we both grow together, because I am learning daily. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and you will grow with me. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. Thank you for watching.